Oh, hello. We are gathered here today to pay our respects to the dearly departed, and we are here to discuss Pet Sematary, the BBC audio drama. This is Geeks Assembled. 1, 2, we are the geeks, and we assemble today to talk about this. And this is a shortened, a sincerely you know, edited version of the novel. It's only 3 hours long, but it's a good it's a good audio book, and it's a good audio presentation, audio adventure, and it takes place in this little city in Maine, and these two people from Chicago have moved up. Unlike the most recent movie presentation of it, it's not Boston that they moved from, it's Chicago. And anyway, Lee, what do you and Patty think of Pet Sematary, the audio drama?
Well, yeah, you're right. It's 3 hours long. This was produced in 1997, I think it was, as a 6-part serial drama for the BBC.
You're right.
The version that I listened to, and mostly the one Susan listened to, was all edited together. Is into one piece.
Yeah, correct.
It is a long listen, but I did prefer this to the movie versions because this added some of the stuff what they edited out of the movies, what was in the books, what was in the book.
Yeah.
The only niggle for me, of course, can you guess what it is?
It's the narration.
There's not a lot of it.
No.
But it keeps coming back every now and again.
Yeah.
So was it 3 characters what narrate a beginning of some scenes, and then it goes into the drama and all like that. But it just niggled me a little bit. It didn't overshadow my enjoyment of it that much.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's new.
But it's still got under my skin a bit.
Oh, crikey.
But yeah, it was because I think the 2 movies what we all know about, there is a lot missed out of the movies, and this sort of puts that to right because they've gone to the book, and they have Judd's wife in this as well, don't they?
Yeah.
In a role before she passes, which the movie never did, and there was just little things like that, and backstories as well of the Rachel's parents, which you didn't get in the movie. So for me, it sort of fleshed it out more. This audio drama, it made it more not. I was going to say enjoyable, but the movies are enjoyable. But this one fleshes it out more, so you get to know the characters a little bit better.
Yeah.
If you understand that. I mean, you've got all the characters from the movies in this. But as we said, you go back to the book, and it's Gage what dies in the road accident, not Ellie.
True.
In the new version, of course, but they've stuck to that. But quite enjoyable. And the soundscapes, the accents, I couldn't knock there. So the portrayal of the lead characters, Lewis, Rachel, and Judd, were awesome. So that's my opening thoughts there, Susan.
All right. Well, I liked the interplay between Judd and Gage and Ellie's father. They There was a lot of build up in the way that they were moving, and I particularly like the fact that they went back to Gage passing away instead of Ellie, and I like that they followed the end of the story, the end of the book, where you know the father had to kill everybody basically.
Yeah.
And yeah, and Norma was there in it, and so that was really interesting. And there were the soundscape was amazing, especially in the woods. Oh my gosh, that was really cool. And this one, they mentioned that I liked how they brought the Indians back into it instead of just making it sort of a nebulous supernatural zone. And I liked the way that you could hear church purr. And I like the way that you're hugging your cat right now. You're like, I'm not letting go.
Because if I did, she'd fall. She's turning her head up.
She's asleep.
She is.
And she's just about touching her nose to your arm. Anyway, the other thing that was really good about this is that they talked about the company that was driving the trucks really too fast down the highway, which caused many of the deaths in the town, and many of the deaths of the kids and the anyway, just so talk about it was like maximum overdrive again. All the trucks are the danger. Anyway, let's see, other parts of the story, other things in this audiobook that were interesting were I like the description of the deadfall better. I'll tell you more about that later. And I like the description of the way to the of the way they come back after they're gone. After they've broken the cairn and stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of different things that they were able to describe that really were integral to the story. Anyway, that's my opening thoughts. I enjoyed it a lot. What were your favorite moments, or other than the narration, things that you change?
Yeah, well, I would change the narration, but as I say, it wasn't that overwhelmed with it. But through the narration, you did, at the beginning of it, get to know that Lewis wasn't really happy with his family.
Yeah.
Because, the kids are screaming in the car, his wife's moaning. So you're hearing his thoughts as he's driving. I love that they've got Norma in this. You get to know that side of Judd's life. you know, and she's as nice as Judd to the family,
Yeah.
baking cookies, and and Lewis is there when she has that heart attack and sees her through, and you know, she survives the heart attack. Um, but this story hit because the movie's what 90 minutes to 2 hours. You feel like it happens within weeks. The movies,
Yeah.
but listen to this. It's well over a year.
Yeah.
You know, it gradually, you know, because I can't remember what day when they moved into the premises, but
It was a long time after that
yeah,
the church died.
yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, and then it was Halloween when was it Gage died?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was well over a year. All these events happened. So that was I liked that, and it was also good, as you've mentioned, talking about the company with the trucks, but also mentioning the driver who was involved in the accident, who killed Gage, and how he felt, because they never,
Even that it blew right by that.
yeah. In this, they mentioned that he was suicidal. You know, he just felt, and he only felt like he's never sped before, but as soon as he entered Ludlow, he just wanted to put his foot down onto the pedal for some reason. And according to Judd, it was because it was willed by the cemetery. It was willed by because he showed him the burial ground. You see, all this is missed in the movie. It's missed out in the movies.
Yeah.
This, and this is sort of little details like that which I quite like.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, just it was just good. It was just good to have all these incidents put back into the story to make it a much more meaty story.
Right. Right.
Yeah, yes, it's 3 hours long, but it's well worth the listen.
Right. So the audiobook, the straight, reading it to you takes like, I think it's 8 or 9 hours.
Hmm.
So I do believe so. I'm just going to go with that thought. Um, and that is normal for an audiobook. I mean, that's normal for a 250-page audiobook, is that it takes 8 or 9 hours to read.
Wow.
There's this is a severely edited version. It's but it's got the stuff that you lose in the storytelling of it, um are are they're replaced by excellent acting, excellent soundscape, excellent uh music, weird eerie music. um
Yeah.
i really liked the I really liked um I really liked the part where the kid who dies comes back and talks to Lewis, the doctor. The kid who he lost at the beginning is sort of there
And
talking to him all the way through.
I might have been mistaken, but when the credits came up at the end and said who the cast was, that character was Matt Bonner, who we all know from Big Finish is the 11.
Oh, the 11. Ah,
If that's correct, if that's the same actor,
yeah. All right. Anyway, I guess, I don't know, maybe the version I listened to didn't have the credits at the end. But yeah, it was that was good. And then the screaming and the moaning in the forest as they're going through, and the way they described the deadfall is that it was deadfall, but they didn't say that it was like deadfall and deadfall and deadfall and just stacked up like the movie showed. They said it was deadfall, and it looked, and you had to run up, basically run up this log that was like this, and carrying everything, and just make your steps sure, make sure that you don't slip, and then you're up to the next level. And I just, it was sort of more like one of those, anime things, like all the running, or the Japanese and Chinese movies where you run along the sticks and then you do your stuff in the forest.
Mm.
I just thought of that when it felt
And
like that.
yeah, and another piece, what was always missed out in the movies was the confrontation with Lewis and his father-in-law at the funeral.
Yeah, the funeral, and then how his father-in-law, all the backstory of his father-in-law, how his father-in-law didn't
Mhm.
ever like him,
Tried to pay him off.
tried to pay him off. Yeah,
Yeah. I said none of that's in the movie.
right. It's, oh my gosh, it was crazy. And the you know the insipid way that Gage talked after he came back.
Yes, that was chilling.
Oh my gosh, it was just horrifying. Like, yes, the cat was different, but that's an animal. But the way Gage talked, it was like, it was horrible. Yes, I was talking about a cat. It's true. Patty, so cute. Anyway, the important thing was that Gage scared Judd, and after he confronted his mother about her sister. I mean, the darkness that was spewing forth out of this kid was like,
Yeah, I mean, the as you say, he went for Judd first, didn't he?
yeah,
Um, and the way he sort of brought forth Norma,
yeah,
and the stuff she was spouting out to Judd
yeah,
about sleeping around with all these men, and
yeah. Oh
I
my,
mean, I know Judd opened up to Lewis about him not being a saint,
yeah.
but yeah, that was just coming from the little kid.
Right, right, right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was like abominable. Like all this.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was.
Which and going back to the narration, oh, you off? Okay then. Oh, you've had enough, have you? No, no, no. You just stood there. Oh, oh. But yeah, the narration. You had Lewis do a bit of narration. You had Rachel do a little bit of narration, and Judd do a bit of narration. Two of those characters died.
Yeah.
How did they do the narration?
Very funny.
How was they telling the story?
Very funny.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
It was as it went along.
I'm a bit picky when it comes to things like that.
I know, right? Um, true.
And also as well, he did end up killing Church as well back again.
Yeah, he killed Gage and Kurt Church, and
Yeah.
and it was and Judd died, and his house was set on fire, and
Yeah, and Rachel came back,
yep.
and that's where it ended.
Yep. Oh my gosh.
We need to find more audios like this, not just horror, mostly, but good of well-known movies, what everybody knows
Yeah.
of audio drama. Because yeah, I did enjoy listening to this.
And I liked that we watched and listened to it around the same time, so that we were able to go into to the differences, and also to notice what was really terrifying about the movie, and really terrifying about the audio. And I think that Gage, hands down, Gage talking uh you know psychically after his recovery from death.
The resurrection.
Yeah. Oh, and the other thing that I liked is the way they were describing all of the cairns, all of the rock things, how they'd all be blown apart
Yeah, they'd be all outwards, wasn't it? Yeah.
when they came back, so that every single thing that had been planted in that ground, every single thing had come back.
I know you mentioned it earlier on about the did put back in the ancient Indian burial ground, but they went more into it with
Yeah.
what do they call them again? The
Micmacs.
Micmacs. Yeah, I mean, really, they were left out of the movie.
Completely.
The Wendigo was mentioned, and
In both.
yeah,
But the Wendigo wasn't the harped on thing. It was because it didn't turn out to be a Wendigo. It was something that was really different. I mean, the soldier who came back had his attitude was scary as hell. And then Gage coming back and then talking all that stuff was just like, yeah. So the two people who came back were
different. They were turned.
They were turned. And then it wasn't that they were munching on people like they do in Ravenous, which we also saw, but
Yeah.
it was like they were some sort of, it was just
negativity. It was just
yeah, all the yeah,
it was just some darkness in them.
yeah.
So it was like the soul had gone.
Yep. And they had no filters anymore.
Yeah, that was it.
And they knew shit that the kids and soldiers, who'd been away wouldn't know.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have a clue what had happened. And yeah. And in the movie they talked about hell, and in this they just had like, just different things when they come back.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. So what would you give this out of 10?
Oh dear me. Well, the narration always puts the points down for me.
I know.
So it's not going to get a full house,
right?
It's going to get 9 Micmacs out of 10.
Oh, okay.
If the narration wasn't there, it'd have got a 10.
Yeah.
But as I say, I suppose they had to do it that way, because I don't know how they would have done, because it was the thoughts, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But I'm still not a fan of that.
No, I know. So
Nine's not bad. Nine's not bad.
Nine's not bad. I will give this. I'll give this a 9.5. Deadfalls out of 10. I I also liked the bit where they talk about the number of steps up and that you're not supposed to stumble on the steps and that you're not supposed to stumble in the bogs and you're not supposed, and you know, it just was like this keep going,
Keep going, keep going.
yeah, and the the treatment of Gage was incredible. So 9.5. I won't take it down at all. And it was short for an audiobook. You know, I'm used to listening to audiobooks that are, 10, 12, 18, 20 hours long. And this is a very this is a normal audiobook for one of the adventures that we listen to on a regular basis. It is between, usually our audiobooks run between 1 hour and 4 hours usually.
Yeah.
And this one fell in that scape, so it was great.
And also as well, if you felt like it was going on too long, it was in 6 parts, just edited together, and you could see where the parts because there was a musical interlude in between
Each part,
yeah. So
right?
you just pause it, do whatever you want, and come back to it in half an hour and listen to the next thing.
Oh yeah, and these were all on YouTube. This is many uploads on YouTube, so it's readily available.
Yeah, this is why we did it.
Yes. And so since we're talking about YouTube, please subscribe to our channel on YouTube and leave us a like. It just helps the algorithm remember that we're here. Or dislike, just do something, interact with us. And then also please share this widely if you want to, and join us on social media, Twitter, Facebook. We've got a Facebook group. Join us here on these podcasts. We record on Friday at 7 p.m. UK time, and on Monday, these audio adventures we record on Mondays at 7 in UK time. And since the clocks went, I was a little confused at the time today. I couldn't figure it out, and I was like, why is he not? Anyway, so that just shows when we recorded this. But anyway, it's the day after Halloween. It's November 1st, and this is the last of our Halloween spooky time, and we would like to thank you for listening to and watching all of our Stephen King podcasts, because we really enjoyed doing them. It was great fun, and I have a lot more respect for Stephen King after this month.
I still don't like reading his books.
Anyway, we're gonna review Dune and the new Dune, and what's the other one that we're doing?
Time After Time.
Oh, Time After Time, of course. Roddy McDowell and David Warner. That's going to be fun. Anyway, please do join us. Come say hi, and tell Lee if you want to be part of us, or me, or if you want to be part of us. We'd love to have you. You got to be 18, have a camera, have a microphone, have a something to communicate with us on, either phone or tablet or computer or whatever. And you must enjoy doing things like us and be a geek. So that's all. That's really the only thing. And if you would subscribe to our channel and you want the notifications, hit the bell and we'll give you a notification, and we will let you know each time we post something new. and we post something new 2 or 3 times a week. So
Yeah.
yay us. And thanks, Lee, for joining me on this podcast. And we will see you on Friday then.
Oh, yes.